I called my stepdad Tom at the dinner table, and the whole house went silent. A few days later, I was packing a bag for my aunt's place. Everyone kept saying I was throwing away 95% of a dad, like the missing part didn't matter. I was 16. On paper, we looked normal. My mom, my stepdad, me, my stepbrother, same age, and my little half-sister. My stepdad married my mom when I was 1, and my biological father was gone before I could remember him. Still, there was always an invisible line, and I was on the wrong side of it. My mom kept things equal on paper. Same rules, same gifts, same chores, but you can't budget affection. When my stepdad got home, he'd scoop up my stepbrother and sister, asking questions and laughing. With me, it was a head pat and, "Hey bud," like I was a neighbor's kid. So I tried harder, better grades, no trouble, his hobbies. Instead, about a year and a half ago, the line became a wall. He started doing weekend trips with the kids, and I was never included. Fishing trips, hikes, cabin weekends. I'd hover near the door with my bag half packed. He'd barely glance at me and say, "Maybe next time, pal." Last week, while they loaded the truck, I asked him why I was never invited. He pulled me near the garage and said, "This is bonding time for me and my children, just us." I said, "I'm your kid too." He gave me a polite smile. "You're a great kid, and I love you, but bringing you along dilutes it." Then he patted my shoulder and drove off. That night, I told my mom, expecting her to take my side. She just sighed and said, "That's how he feels, and I've made sure you're treated fairly." I asked, "So I'm supposed to accept being left out?" She said, "He's 95% of a father, don't throw it away over the 5% he can't give." So I accepted it. When they came back Sunday, they were loud and happy, laughing about inside jokes I wasn't part of. My stepdad set his keys on the counter like nothing happened. I walked into the kitchen and kept my voice steady. Slow motion went like this. "Hi, Tom," I said, loud enough for everyone to hear. His hand froze above the counter like it forgot gravity. He turned slowly, blinking, like he misheard on purpose. "What did you say?" he asked, and nobody breathed. I said, "Hi, Tom," I repeated, flat and calm. My mom's eyes shot to me like warning lights. My sister stopped chewing, staring at her plate. My stepbrother didn't look up once. At dinner, he finally said, "What was that about?" "The Tom thing." The table went quiet, so I kept it simple. "You told me I'm not your child like they are," I said. "You said I dilute your bonding time." I nodded toward my siblings. "So I'm keeping dad for your real kids. I'm just following your lead." His face went red. My mom snapped, "Go to your room, now." Upstairs, she came in shaking with anger. She called me cruel and demanded I apologize. I said, "I didn't invent the boundary. I just stopped pretending it wasn't there." She took my phone. She grounded me. Then she threatened my driver's license paperwork unless I fixed it. Meanwhile, my stepdad didn't speak to me at all. He talked around me like I was furniture. My mom kept insisting he cared, but his silence proved my point. My stepbrother tried once. He shouldn't have said that, he admitted, but calling him Tom was a low blow. I said, "You get a dad who wants you. I get a guy who thinks I ruined the vibe." He went quiet. A few nights later, I walked past the garage with groceries. My stepdad looked right at me and still said nothing, so I stopped. "You can ask me directly if you need help," I said. He didn't look up. "I asked your mother. That's enough." I asked, "Do you actually want me here?" He rubbed his temples. "I didn't say I want you gone." I said, "That's not what I asked." He tightened a bolt and said, "I want peace in my house. Peace, not me." That night, I called my aunt, my mom's older sister. I told her everything. The trips, the dilute comment, the punishments, the peace line. She said, "Come stay with me." The next day, she showed up and said it plain. If he was honest enough to say you aren't his child, he needs to live with the consequences. My mom cried and called it temporary. My stepdad stood in the doorway when I left and said nothing. Not goodbye, not my name. At my aunt's house, the quiet felt different. It didn't require me to disappear. She asked how my day was and actually listened. For the first time, I didn't feel like I was diluting anything.